welcome back. I'm continuing with my July trade mini album, and I'm covering these hinges from Tim Holtz, their Tim Holtz grunge board, and I'm covering them in Versamark watermark ink and then in gold embossing powder. And then I'm just going to heat emboss them so that they look like metal. So here you'll see them start to change, get shiny, take on a really nice metallic look. And now I'm just inking the edges of my background papers in Distress ink, Black Soot, and also inking the edges of the pattern paper I'm going to use to accent my hinged photo mat. I'm just scoring a piece of vanilla cardstock I'm going to use to make a flip up photo mat, and the hinges will be attached to it. It'll look like it's a hinged photo mat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere the pattern paper to the vanilla cardstock and just scoring it to get a good even fold. And I actually have two of them. One is big enough for a 3x4 photo, and one is big enough for like a 3x3 photo. They're going to go on opposite pages. Now I'm just scoring the smaller square as well to give it a nice fold. And then I also decided that I wanted to put some gold brads through the hinges to look like nails. So I'm just putting them through the holes in the hinges, and I'm using a paper piercer to kind of spread the prongs and then push them down. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take glue dots and I'm going to line the photo mat up on my mat so I know where to place the glue dots that will hold the tops of the hinges down. And they'll be evenly spaced from side to side. Then I'm going to adhere the hinges. And then I'm going to come back in with the mini glue dots and just put them underneath the smaller ends that are still sticking up. So those will lay flat as well. And now I have a hinged photo mat that I'm just going to decorate with the basic gray opaline half pearls. And this is the pink rose. And I like the pink with the blue and vanilla. It's kind of brightening it up, giving it a more fun and feminine look. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to decorate it with the pearls. Just putting the pearls of different sizes in the center of these flowers. And I like that since the flowers are all different size, I can use different size pearls in the centers. Which is one of the things I like about these basic gray pearls is they come in a variety of sizes in each pack, which is nice. So now I'm just going to be gluing the mats down to the page. And I am going to accent the square mat with this grunge board frame, which I'll cover with Versamark watermark ink pad, and then gold embossing powder, and then heat emboss, just like I did with the hinges. There you can see it changing, getting shiny. Very nice. And instead of sticking it down with gold brads, which I originally thought I was going to do, I'm going to back it on some purple pattern paper, just using glossy accents to stick that down. And then what I'm going to do is cut it out and add some white paper flowers to it in the holes instead of brads. So we'll just soften it up and make it look kind of a little more fun. And the paper flowers are an off-white, so they'll go just fine with the vanilla that's in the background. And the paper flowers are on little strings. I'm just going to tape the strings to the back of the frame. I'm not going to worry about too much adhesive. And so now I'm just sticking it down. And there you can see what it looks like. So moving on to the next piece, which is the back cover. I'm adding this flower epoxy accent. And basically what I did is I took the flower and I cut it using my X-Acto knife and my detail scissors from the blue pattern paper I used on the previous page. And it took a while, and then when it was done I covered it with glossy accents to give it an epoxy look. And now I have just torn this green paper to sort of follow the shape of the flower, and now I'm inking the edges in the black soot and applying it. And it's just because I didn't think the contrast between the flower and that pattern paper was strong enough, so the green is going to give more contrast. So I'm just going to remove the tape. This is the 3M foam mounting tape from the back, and I'm going to stick it down to my layout. And that's just making a beautiful detailed epoxy accent. So I'm just going to trim wherever it hangs over the edge. And there's the back. And now I'm going to do the front cover. I'm just taking this pattern paper, which is the reverse of the pattern paper on the back. And I am inking it with black soot and adding this Big Jolee's that I showed in the first video. I love it. Sparkly metal mesh and pearl, and it's great. So in the next video I'm going to show you the paper bag pocket.